Hi everyone, it's Mary Alice here with Change Your Aim, Change Your Life. And I want to continue with our video series of changing our negative thoughts and feelings into better, not just even positive ones, but life-changing ones, where it's not even something we have to think about so much, but it's the practice of thinking and changing that gets it deep down into our subconscious, and we can pretty much automatically choose to live that way. But right now we're talking about the process. And I talked about awareness and acknowledging and allowing. And now here I am with action. And this series will be lights, camera, action. And today I'm going to focus on the lights. What does it mean about the lights? Well, when we think about creating a movie, when you're on set, the lighting has to be just right. And they spend a lot of time on the lighting. And depending on what the scene is depicting, they might need low-level lights. If it's, maybe let's say depicting a scene in a movie where it's nighttime, or they want kind of dim setting, maybe it's a romantic scene and there's candlelight and maybe a fire in the fireplace. It still sets that mood and it's beautiful, but it's a little softer. And then you have daytime and you're outside and the sun's shining and full sun and it's very bright. Then you have that kind of setting. Well, I want to depict those different scenarios with our lives, okay? So first I'm going to talk about the practical side of light. We need it every day, don't we? We get up, we turn on the light, or we open the shades and the sun shines in. Or maybe, we ourselves, we like a nice candlelit dinner and we'll light the candles, but we have that soft glow. So the practical sense of lighting is very important for us. And then we have, if we move it over to the spiritual realm, and then we have being the light. We hear, when Jesus talks about to be the light and not to cover it up. My goal is to help us all not cover it up, because it is covered up when we're struggling with old past issues of childhood abuse. So it's covered up, but we're going to change that. Remember, we're going to change that aim, bring it up. And on a philosophical kind of spiritual level is kind of where I'm focused right now, about light and being the light and what your essence is. So when I talk about changing your aim and we lift off the dysfunction, the negativity, the shame, the pain of the past, it lightens it, and it's like a spring load. It'll come right back up. And then in here is a corridor of the light. So the light comes out, and people will see our true essence of who we are. And it's beautiful. And everybody's different. Everybody's lighting is a little different, isn't it? So there's that functionality of light, the inward light, our spiritual light. And then we have the practical light of just every day, the light. And then, to get a little deeper, there is the contrast of light. It's like what I spoke about earlier about the different qualities of lighting. So depending on where we are in life, or what we're trying to get across or depict or create in our life, that light in us, our essence, so to speak, is going to be, let's say you're really excited about something and really, you're going to share that message. Maybe some of you are speakers, you get out there and you're excited, you can't wait to share, and you're just shining bright. And maybe there are other times where it's one-on-one and we still want to share, but we need to dim that a little bit so we're not overwhelming people so much. So it's just a little dimmer. It's kind of a soft lighting. So there are varying degrees of contrast in lighting in our lives, and that's a good thing. Where we don't want to be is in the dark, is when we're dark. And I think we've all come across some really dark people in our lives. And I'm not just talking about, their essence of darkness in just how evil they might be. Somewhere people use the terminology evil, but just dark in that so heavy and depressed and contracted. And this is how a lot of us can tend to live, is just day to day, just worried about what other people think about us, worried that we're making a mistake, concerned that no one loves us, and we put all our effort and energy and thoughts into the outside world coming at us. And that's not where it belongs. It belongs on the inside and how we are coming out. So when we live very negatively, very maybe even really super shy, we have this, we're kind of really shy and withdrawn, or we're angry and we just make a stand and we have a big chip on our shoulders, or just very sarcastic, always joking, but with a little, dig in those jokes. Very mistrusting in life. So you go through life just not trusting anybody, and you think you have all the answers and you're the only one that's right. So there are all these different ways that we can live. We might employ some of those or all of them, who knows? But it's very contracted. So it's just heavy and contracted. And when that happens, not a lot of light is getting out, is it? But at the same time, when that happens and we're contracted, we feel heavy. And that's going to come out in different ways. One example physically is the weight of people. The heaviness they feel can be seen through their body weight and their body mass. So there's kind of an equivalent between how they feel about themselves and about life and what they look like on the outside. That's not to say that's all the time, but I would say probably a good amount of time. I know for me, I've struggled with my weight all my life, and I've had bouts of real depression, and I've had bouts of just not wanting to eat, which was pretty rare, but I had, and then just eating all the time because I just had to fill that hole of sadness or grief or whatever was going on inside me. So it's something that I know for me, I'll always be conscious and aware of. I think now at age 58, I'm doing pretty well, and I feel great, and I have a trainer, and I think I'm as strong as I've ever been. I'm losing weight. I feel great, actually. And the better I feel, the lighter inside I feel, the more confident I feel. So that's going to give out a certain light to the world of who I am and what I'm about and the love that I have to give. So the same is for all of us. I want you to think about, this is the homework, so to speak, I want you to do. You can write about or think about, is kind of like, look at yourself objectively. Like you're out here and you're looking at yourself. If you were a stranger and you were walked into a room and have a discussion with the real you, like right now, how you're feeling or what you think, what would that come across as? Is it contracted? Is it darkened? Is it vague? Sometimes when we're vague and we don't even have certainty in our lives or feel like we know who we really are, it's like going through, a very dimly lit hallway, and we're kind of feeling our way through. We're just trying to get a feel for what's happening. Do people have to get a feel for who you are? Like they're not sure because you're not even sure? That happens too. The good news is that you can be sure, and the good news is that the light within you can shine as bright as you want. And I just want you to take some time and think about what kind of light you are around you. Are you very bright? Are you positive? Are you encouraging? Are you helpful? Are you sharing with other people goodness? Are you not judging anybody? I mean, all these wonderful qualities to have that brighten us, lighten us, and also bring light to the world. Think about where you are right now in life. Think about how you feel if you're very heavy and contracted. Think about what you think about and how you feel. This will help give you a level in which to gauge yourself as we move forward in this. So let's do the lighting part. How do you want to light your life? Okay, let's do that. Let's think about how you want to light your life. So think about how you feel and how you've been throughout most of your life, and think about how you want to be and how you want to be the light. How do you want to set the scenario for the movie in your life, for each day that you live? Okay? And then the next video, we're going to talk about camera. We're going to talk about it, you being the one viewing through the camera and you being one seen through the camera, okay? So this is your action point right now. I'm just finding that little dot in my camera. And you could tell with the lighting here, it's very awkward. You can see me, but I'm at like shadows and the sun is like half on me and half not. So I apologize about the lighting. But it is what it is, right? Okay guys, I hope you have a wonderful day and do that little exercise, and I'll get back to you very soon on, um, it'll be video 6 on lights, camera, action, the camera part. Okay guys, love you, take care.